Well, we're on to number 3 in our 12 Days of Radicals, and rule number 3 is as follows. Whenever possible, go outside the expertise of the enemy. And what better way to do that than to throw out a bunch of numbers and figures to which there is no scientific data? That way, we can twist and turn them into whatever we want. I'm sure we've all heard it by now, global warming, we're doomed! Well, maybe not doomed, but we're going to lose California and Florida real soon, right? Okay, maybe not soon, but someday, right? Well, there practically isn't anyone on the planet anymore who's heard about how global warming is going to ruin our planet and destroy our way of life. Al Gore has received so many praises for his achievements in pushing forth global warming activism that only the internet that he created could hold it. Our president, he's a huge supporter of global warming legislation. Let's listen to what he has to say.
How aggressive will you be in promoting controls on greenhouse gases?
So we're going to have to take aggressive steps. A national low-carbon fuel standard, something that I proposed at the University of New Hampshire, which basically says 10% of our fuel blend should be clean burning.
Why are you in such a hurry? Why not?
The truth is I'm not. We have a narrow window to solve some of the problems that we face. Certainly when you look at our energy policy and environment and the prospects of climate change, we've got to make some decisions right now. Few challenges facing America and the world are more urgent than combating climate change.
$150 billion to alternative energy in the Obama administration.
We have to extend tax credits for solar, wind, hydro. We just visited
But you're scattershotting it, though. What if solar, wind, and hydro don't work?
But that was true for the space program. Kennedy didn't know how we were going to go to the moon. The nature of discovery and research and innovation is you put money into a whole bunch of promising pots. It's like venture capital. And you figure out what works, and some things are going to work and some things are not.
So what do you do then? The only way to stop those greenhouse gases is to lower emissions. And how do you do that? By forcing companies to emit less gas. Well, how do you do that? Cap and trade. So what is cap and trade? In a nutshell, it's this. Companies are allowed to emit X amount of pollutants into the atmosphere. This is their cap. If they need to go over that, then they can buy credits from other companies who went under their budget on pollutants. Companies that produce electricity from coal, for example, will need to spend more money on credits than a hydroelectric company or a solar company. So what does this mean for you? It means your utility bill is going to skyrocket as companies have to spend more and more to obtain these credits to pollute. Don't believe me? Let's ask the president.
Under my plan of a cap and trade system, electricity rates would necessarily skyrocket.
But the truth is, a lot of scientists don't buy into this global warming thing. In fact, just watch.
Helping to swell the number of skeptical scientists to over 700, or 13 times the number of scientists who wrote the supposed consensus.
My next guest wants to sue Al Gore for fraud. He hopes the legal challenge will settle the global warming debate once and for all. He's John Coleman, and he founded the Weather Channel, my favorite channel, and now he works as a weatherman for KUSI-TV in San Diego. So, John, why do you want to sue Al Gore?
Well, the deal is this, Greg. We have tried and tried and tried to get a debate on global warming with scientists on the other side. Al Gore or any of the scientists behind him over at the UN IPCC. We'd love to have a debate with them, but they say, oh no, the debate is over.
Climate change says he and many other scientists do not see global warming as a developing catastrophe, and that there is no smoking gun proving that human activity is to blame for the warming that does occur. Quote, Mother Nature simply operates at a level of complexity that is at this point beyond the mastery of mere mortals, such as scientists, and the tools available to us.
So let's recap. We have a president who is wanting to raise your electric bill to save some clouds and some polar bears from an impending doom that a huge number of scientists say isn't coming. These people care more about the environment than they do people. Don't believe me? Read up on some of the bills that have been passed, such as the Waxman-Markey bill. It requires a 17% reduction in emissions by 2020, which is higher than our already eco-friendly president proposed. By the way, this is the same bill that established the Cash for Clunkers program, and we all know how much that cost us. I think we can call rule number 3 a wrap. Tune in next time for another edition of Liar Liar's 12 Days of Radicals.